Hey there, my name's Niandra. Welcome to Mercy Commentary VOD where I play competitive and then talk about my plays and mistakes. This is King's Row at around 4,185 SR and a win, pushing me over into the 200 range. We begin by running Mercy Anna, and the latter is a top 500 player, so the pressure is on. This match ends with me getting gold healing, so even at GM it can go either way, but remember they do have different healing styles and Mercy is mainly restricted to single targets. Running two main healers can be pretty risky, but we're attacking first, and that's more lenient in the beginning since our spawn point is so close to the objective. The enemy team ends up running Orisa, Roadhog, McCree, characters without scary ults, meaning the lack of transcendence or sound barrier isn't really an issue.
Oh fuck.
Since the physics change, if you GA and hit terrain or a prop, you're likely gonna lose momentum. I have had trouble with this change, and it is difficult to take it into consideration before picking a fly path. That's just not something I'd normally do. Thinking about it in future games might be a good idea, and maybe we can turn it into something good or useful for Mercy.
I'm gonna see if I can do it again. 1 in 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna go for a res on our Tracer, and unfortunately Anna's gonna die during it. One benefit of pairing Mercy with another main healer is that sometimes a fight can still be winnable if one of them dies, because hey, we still have another main healer in the fight.
Yeah, I'm coming from Tiger.
I'm gonna use Valkyrie even though we have good picks because Anna's still coming back and I'd rather be safe than sorry. Because Mercy can see enemy health bars during ult, I know their D.Va is low enough that I can boost our D.Va even though she is also hurt. I then flick to healing during the D-mech animation. My teammates want to keep pushing and I'm fine with that. Since Valkyrie is nearly over, I boost our D.Va because I want to heal after it's finished for the ult charge. Normally a great play, but here I boost in the downtime, then heal when she's facing enemies. So D.Va loses her mech to a hog because she got shot at half health, which is my fault. Using my beam like this could have prevented that. It's time to get back, and instead of walking along with our D.Va, I hide in the side room to fly to her when she's further back. I probably could have just gone down the bookstore side path if I was worried about positioning out in the open. I don't die, but took some damage which wasn't necessary, so tiny feed on my part.
Like you, Bob.
Yeah.
Damage amplified.
He's trying to ruin my overblock stats. Going in 3.
I can either eat a D.Va bomb or push into a group of enemies, and hey, at least they seem distracted by Ball. Anna can't heal through enemy shields, so if my allies push up, I need to follow when possible. My plan is to heal Ball until he's in view of our Anna and then res when she takes over, but he snags too much damage and dies anyway. Resing someone while another is dead is generally a waste outside of fights, but I pretty much pressed E the same moment he died. My first death, and it's a pretty sloppy one. I basically just exposed myself to get to our Anna, who was only missing like 20 HP and nowhere near the fight. Keeping myself in this area would have been a lot safer.
Back in the fight.
Alright, I'm just gonna go 3.
Hobbs took.
3, 2, 1.
I'm taking care.
Just creep on, creep cut off, creep cut off. Come.
Creep.
I'll res our Anna if we get space.
Let me get the patch.
And friendly bomb is good enough. I res in front of enemy D.Va, and I do this because her damage drop off is pretty high. Also, I saw her use jets a few seconds earlier, so if she wanted to get in my face, she'd still be pretty slow or have to sacrifice damage. Since Mercy can do her job while looking in other directions, I watch baby D.Va so I can inform my team when she wakes up. I damage boost our D.Va as she fights a 1v1. This kind of situation is what I would use as an example for picking damage boost over healing, but here we are staggering her, so maybe I should have healed to make the kill time slower. Since we technically have a pick, I position to the side and prepare to Valk because with such a long walk from spawn, this is not the place we want to lose a fight. Unfortunately, the enemy team plays aggressively and we play split up, so my ult doesn't really do anything. I end up spending most of it just falling back with my teammates.
Yes, back off.
Be out here. Nice. Where'd you sleep?
Dog.
Okay, I can minefield point, we can enemy, I guess. 3, okay, after that pull,
Oh god.
3, 2, 1. Real CC, man.
We get two great picks and I back off because of enemy self-destruction. I see our badly damaged D.Va across, but stick on the side with Anna and Widow. My concern was my team would suffer if I spent time out of the fight repositioning, but with our picks and god tier Anna, we probably would have been fine. D.Va lost her mech, but we won the fight anyway, so I don't think my play was too bad. Even though I want to damage boost baby D.Va to help her get mech back, Tracer and Baller pushed up are more likely to actually damage enemies, so I follow them instead.
Damage amplified.
I'm gonna farm a minefield off this hog.
Let me get you patched up.
Alright, got it more or less.
I'm gonna hide for a second because I'm going to
My res gets cancelled, and I kinda knew going into it that the Lucio staring at me was probably gonna boop, so playing slower was the key. Before I went for the res, I saw my D.Va use Defense Matrix, and if I'd waited 2 seconds, I could have asked for help. Even though she can't eat the Lucio boop, she could eat the Orisa Holt, which is kinda what brought me into his range.
One D.Va half.
Shoot.
I ran into the wrong one.
Oh fuck!
I'm here.
My ultimate is charging.
Ugh, another interrupted res. I'm pretty sure I got hit on like the last frame of the animation, so good play by McCree. Not much to say on that one, I think I generally played fine for it.
No, that hog!
Oh, did he hook it? Oh, he hooked it. People left, get these guys.
Where does it hurt?
I'm going in.
So I'm using a wall for cover when the enemy uses self-destruction. I try to find cover with my back to the bomb, and I don't have time to turn around, so I'm basically just blind here. Although it would have been scary, I may have had better luck pushing forward rather than back. 2 options might have been 1 super jumping onto the high ground, or pressing space after GA and landing in this area.
We need to keep the payload moving forward. Healing stream engaged.
Good Piranha a little bit. These took.
You should be at
Give me 5 seconds.
No flash.
Someone call a doctor.
Be an enemy,
Almost ready.
I hear enemy high noon and use Widow's ult to watch McCree's silhouette through the wall. This lets me know when I can actually peek the corner again because McCree doesn't have a voice line for when he lets his high noon just run out. We have some picks and I've got good time left on Valkyrie, so I wanna see if I can res. Screw it, let's just get back. In a way, I appreciate the enemy scaring me off before I attempted the res, because they obviously would have killed me during the animation.
I don't know how.
It seems to just be enemy Tracer left, so I position myself on slight high ground. Since she doesn't have vertical mobility, I'd see her coming in advanced if she wanted to go after me, and that'd give me time to reposition. I briefly stuck with that elevated position, and as I did, I made sure to flick my camera view to here in case an enemy came from that spawn side.
He's gonna stop me.
You're nuts!
We'll play.
Complete. Walk it off.
Damage increased.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
They have goats.
Defend objective.
If they have goats, I'll want to stick to high ground and super jump a lot.
Mercy in Bereitschaftsdienst.
Do they have a D.Va or is it Sombra?
I heard 3.
Damage amplified.
McCree, they have
Oh, McCree goats apparently? I'll have to be careful with my air usage then. Since we have 2 picks, I go for the res, but flick my camera view to the enemy team before doing so. Ball isn't squishy, he doesn't need my help after a res, so I immediately fall back to Anna.
Go break low.
Yeah.
Unnecessary super jump, and I did not realise I was going to go that far forward while doing it. Tiny feed with the McCree body shot there.
Nice shot,
Kümmere
bro.
mich um dich.
No, they have monkey, no more Ryan.
Oh, nice. Well, we can pull this Niandra.
Damage
Monkey to me.
amplified. Did someone call a doctor?
Monkey.
Sorry, no crystal?
Sin's in that little mini on the stairway.
If I'm healing Wrecking Ball
Going
in
for
ground
him.
pounds, I'll usually click the
break
damage
low.
boost unless he
Break low.
really needs that health.
Go 3. Break one. Absolutely one.
Everyone.
I'm going to Valk for 3 reasons here. Our ball is low, I want better positioning while overextended, and our Tracer is dead. I was okay with this res because we've got good picks and D.Va is still pushed up, providing pressure. The only enemy near me was Winston, whose solo damage doesn't really scare me while I have fly paths in Valkyrie. Even though I had good time left on Valkyrie, I'm really happy with this ult. I had a specific purpose in mind and achieved that. Ults like this one are why I suggested being able to cancel your own Valkyrie early would be a nice addition. Like, I do my own thing, cancel, and start building that ult charge up again.
He dropped a hotel.
Let me get you patched
Oh, they're all going hotel. They're all going
They're all
hotel.
still, yeah.
I have a priest by himself.
You should be at peak performance
Fuck, I was
level.
muted, my bad.
Nano boost
I was killing
administered.
nanos.
You need a flashback? Right beside you.
Since McCree is dead, all airspace is pretty much free and safe for me, so I want to take advantage of that until he gets back.
Pretty low in hotel. Can you get him? Heal.
Where does it go?
I fly into the Winston shield at low health, knowing it'll cut off Anna's healing to me because I want to super jump, which I then mess up. Super jumping against Winston can be really good, but my health was so low when I attempted it that I should have just made myself an easy target for Anna instead.
Speedy recovery.
They're going in.
Damage
3 gates right now.
increase.
I'll go.
Heilstrahl aktiviert.
Since Anna is so crucial, I try to res her right away and it's fine, but I then GA to her and press space, which makes the cooldown even longer without really moving me anywhere. Lucio kills me because I cannot get to my allies on the other side. I think briefly leaving Anna alone with him would have been fine.
Starting over from the beginning.
This round, the enemy team has Zarya for scary ults, but that's about it. So, as long as we position somewhat split when we think she has it, Mercy Anna should continue to be okay. For now at least.
Get in there, and I'll hit you.
Wait for our last guy and we can go.
Nano boost is ready to deploy.
I'm right behind you. I'll
Alright.
back.
3, 2, 1. Give it to me.
Nano boost administered.
I watch Winston land and know his jump is on cooldown, so as long as I stay away from that bubble, I should be good. If I wanted to be extra safe, I could have maybe super jumped onto this ledge for extra protection, in case he used his next jump to push deeper rather than escape.
Do we have the Zarya, maybe?
You should be at heroes never die.
Hey, we'll peel back for the monkey. Okay, mate.
Oh, I just got ran up on him. I got break. I got break.
Where does it hurt?
For the last 3 minutes, I play Lucio, and I'm gonna skip commentating over it because there really wasn't much to say. The rest of the round goes really well, and my main notes were just little instances of speed versus healing usage, and I briefly covered that and it's not super interesting. But yeah, this season I've so far climbed from 406.5 to 4233, which has been really fun, and I'm kind of tempted to try for top 500, because even if I don't make it, it does give me a lot to talk about. The weird thing is, I've also been streaming alt account comp, and I've been stuck at 3,400 for like 2 months now. I don't know if I'm just making more mistakes while streaming or what, but I've definitely had an easier time climbing through GM than Diamond. That's all from me this week. Thank you so much for watching, feel free to check out my Patreon, and have a nice day.